Welcome back, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be addressing something that I have dealt with my entire life. And it hasn't really bothered me that bad. It hasn't really scarred me for life. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But it's a problem that I'm sure most of you, well, everyone on the face of the earth, you have faced this problem at least once in your life. I'm talking about either bullying or even picking on. Quote unquote, picking on. Because we all know that picking on is basically the same thing as bullying, but sometimes it can be harmless, sometimes it can't. And I know I probably sound like one of those bullying mascots, like stop bullying, hug everybody, peace and love and prosper, whatever, I don't know. But that's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is, I've dealt with this, like I just dealt with it this morning at school. I'm in high school. I know I'm overweight. Now, I'm not putting a sign on my chest that says, hey, come and tell me how fat I am, or remind me every single day that I come into the classroom that I'm fat. And I know I probably sound like I'm salty right now, but I'm really not. I'm really just helping the people that have dealt with this because there's people out there that wake up and say, hey, I'm going to go find someone that's either overweight, ugly, got a bad hairdo, or something like that. And now we call it roasting. Why roast someone if they're just minding their own business, not saying anything to you, not looking at you or anything? Why go out there and be like, oh, you're stupid, or you're ugly, or you're fat, or anything like that? Like, why remind them? Because most of the time they know that they're either ugly, fat, or, let's say they're poor and they don't really have that good of clothes, and you go out there and you make fun of their clothes or something. Really? Most of the time you've been picked on for something that you're subconscious about. And the reason why you're going out there to make fun of someone is to make you feel better about yourself. And why is that? Why do you feel better of making fun of someone? I don't feel better when I make fun of someone, but I've had that happen to me. I've caught myself making fun of someone, and I do try to think about it now. But I've tried to take 10 to at least 5 seconds out of my day, to multiple times out of my day, to, before I approach someone, before I say anything to them, not to say anything that will hurt their feelings or remind them of something that they're subconscious about. Like, let's say they talk funny, okay? I hate it when people address something that somebody cannot change. Let's say they have a lisp. We've gotten better about this, but I still see it. There's this girl in our school that stutters, and they give her such a hard time. They call her meth head, crackhead, and all kinds of stuff. And I just wonder, I'm like, she already knows she stutters. She knows she sounds like that. But why do you proceed to make fun of her? I'm not saying that you should compliment someone all the time, but I am challenging you to, next time you see someone that looks bad or anything, don't tell them, hey, you look bad, unless they ask you. Now, if they ask you, that's free game, but don't, insult them. Just tell them how they can fix it, or that they do. If someone asks you if this shirt looks bad on me, just give them your honest opinion. But don't do it so harshly that they go home and they cry or they burn the shirt. And you may say that's being a little too sensitive, but really, you're the one that caused that. You're the one that said, oh, you're ugly, you're fat, reminding them that they are. Now, I really do hate it when someone makes fun of someone for having something they cannot change, like I said about the lisp or the stutter. What makes you feel good about yourself? Making you look like a douchebag, making yourself look like a douchebag because you made fun of the girl that has a stutter, that has a lisp, or anything like that, that's cross-eyed or has a bigger mouth or bigger teeth than anyone. That's stuff that you cannot change. At least with calling someone overweight or something like that, they can change that. But anything else they cannot change. And why? what makes you feel good about yourself talking about that? Or what makes you feel good about yourself walking up to someone and saying, hey, you're fat? Okay, it does not bother me when you call me fat, because if you walk up to me today and call me fat, I'm probably going to brush it off and act like it doesn't bother me. But when you keep on and keep on and keep on and go and tell your friends and laugh about it when you're right beside me or right beside the person you're doing it to, just stop. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Because this is why the suicide rate is so high. And this is why people are going out in these, you know, how do I say, these chain messages that I get all the time. I hate those. You know, or mascotting for bullying, the bullying posters and stuff. You know, that's a load of crap. The whole bullying stuff, because really the only way that we can stop bullying is if we take at least 5 to 10 seconds out of our day and think, how would that affect someone? Or just think, you know, I'm not going to insult him. You know, that's what I'm challenging you guys to do. So next time you see someone like that, I'm not telling you to compliment them or anything. I'm telling you not to blatantly make fun of them just because it makes you feel good. You know, now if they start it with you, that gives you, you know, that's open season. Just roast the crap out of them. But you don't start it. Just don't. Don't be the guy or the girl that wakes up and says, hey, I want to be a cancerous tumor today. And, you know, because nobody likes tumors. I mean, I know you're probably saying, oh, thanks, Captain Obvious. But, you know, so why be one? Why do you wake up and want to be one? This is the only way to stop bullying, the only way to bring down the suicide rates, the only way to do this stuff. If you just take 5 to 10 seconds, probably the 4th time I've said it, and just don't say that to them. Don't insult them, or heaven's sakes, compliment them. You know, if you want to do that, that floats your boat, go right ahead. But just don't make fun of them. It doesn't matter if they look different from you or they look different from your friends, because you probably look different to them. And I know this was kind of a dark video and probably didn't make you feel good, but I hope it started making you thinking about things. And with that all being said, folks, have a nice day.
It's fucking destroyed.
Out of my face!